Hello everyone, welcome to our channel No Inside Out. Let us share and grow together. If you like our videos, please like, share and subscribe our channel. Today we'll be discussing about message box. The VBA message box function is used to display messages in a form of a message box. We can customize the message box with a number of parameters. We can form a message box with yes, no, retry, cancel, abort, ignore and help options. Here the message box function will then return the button that was clicked. In order to work with Vbscript, initially we can use Notepad or Notepad++. I'll be using Notepad++. This is the format of message box function, in which we have message box space prompt, button, title, help file, context. Please note that in Vbscript, in order to comment a line, we can give single quotes in the beginning of the line to comment it, or we can use REM in front of the line in order to comment it. Let's discuss about prompt in detail. Prompt is nothing but the dialog box text. We will start with an example of prompt. In order to display a text inside the dialog box, we can directly give the string inside double quotes. That is message box space double quotes welcome and close the double quotes. In order to save a file, we have to go to File, Save As, select the file type as All Types, give a file name and save it with an extension of .vbs. Now double click on the VBS file which is created in order to get the output. We got a message box with an OK button. You can also assign the string to a variable and then call it to the message box function. So message box space the variable name and then save it. You'll be able to receive the output. When it comes to displaying integers in the dialog box, could you please guess what would be the output of message box place 5 plus 8? Yeah, we get 13. It adds up the two integers and displays the output. And when you directly give an integer, it displays the same. And same happens for a date. You can directly give the date and it gets displayed in the dialog box. As discussed earlier, when it comes to commenting section, you can give single quotes or REM in the beginning of the line in order to comment it. As you can see, we get only the date in the output. Let us discuss about buttons. Button is an optional parameter. The optional button arguments must only use either the constant or value in the message box. Please refer the constant and values for buttons in message box. In our previous examples, we haven't given the button parameter. So by default, it takes the value as 0. So 0 means it has only OK button in it. So let's execute it and see the result. As you can see, we have only OK button in it. Let us incorporate most of the buttons available and check the results. So the first output for message box x, 0, we have only one button, that is OK. And for the second one, that is message box x, 1, we have OK and cancel button in it. And for the third, that is message box x, 2, we have abort, retry and ignore. For the button number 3, we have yes, no and cancel. When we pass the value 4, we have yes and no buttons. In case of 5, we have retry and cancel buttons. When it is 16, it is a critical message that is displayed. For 32, we get a warning query, and 48, that is a warning message. For 64, it is an information message. For 16384, it adds help button to the message box. For 65536, it specifies the message box window as the foreground window. For 524288, text is right aligned, and for 1048576, it specifies text should appear as right to left reading on Hebrew and Arabic systems. We have given values and executed our code. Let us try giving constant and execute the same. For instance, previously we have given value as 2 and now we are giving VB about retry ignore as a constant value. As you can see, it is executing in the same way as the previous one with the values. The third parameter is the title. It is an optional parameter. The argument is the one which appears at the top of the message box. As you can see in the dialog box, in the top of it, we display a string and that string will be passed in the third parameter, that is the title parameter. The last two arguments of the message box function go together. They are used to specify the path to a help file you have created and a context number. If you are going to use these, you will need to add the help button to the message box so that the user can access the help file. Here, the help file is an argument in which we specify the path as a string to find the location, and the context number specify the context number in the help file you wish to display. If you have created your own custom help file, then context number is mandatory. Please find the description for the link to create your own .hlp files. Thanks for watching the video. Happy to share.